like to welcome to our stage one of another distinguished guests tonight, our Honourable Carmel Sepuloni, who is the Minister for Social Development and Disability Issues and Associate Minister for Arts, Culture and Heritage and Pacific Peoples. Please welcome to the stage.
Thank you. Thank you. Kamna bane ni Maori. Our warm Pacific greetings to you all, and can I say it's a privilege for me to be here standing in front of the Kiribati community again. Can I acknowledge our MCs who are doing such a fantastic job? I can't understand the Kiribati language, but I'm totally enthusiastic when I hear it coming from our MC over here, and I love how succinctly the woman can translate so quickly in English, so well done. Can I acknowledge Professor Palatasa Javier? Thank you so much for hosting us. Can I acknowledge you and Massey University for hosting this event? I think often the institutions are quick to respond to the larger groups that are out there, particularly our larger Pacific ethnic groups here in New Zealand, but all of our Pacific communities are important. So it's wonderful that Massey University has taken the time to host the Kiribati community here. Also acknowledging Rai Kaon Tumoa, the Kiribati elder, the pastor who opened tonight, and also the Kiribati Aotearoa Diaspora Directorate Charitable Trust, and I'm sure there's other dignitaries in the room, and I acknowledge you all. Hang on a second. It is a privilege to be here with you tonight to celebrate the launch of the inaugural year of Kiribati Language Week, Weekend Te Taitai Ni Kiribati 2020. The 2020 Kiribati language theme is Ribanan Te Taitai Ni Kiribati e Katei Matoa, Ara Katei, Au Kina Kira. Nurturing the Kiribati language promotes our cultural identity and heritage. And I hope I didn't just butcher your language when I said that. This theme fits perfectly with the values our Pacific communities have expressed to us through our engagement, so the Ministry of Pacific Peoples Engagement, Lalanga Fau. One of the 4 goals of Lalanga Fau is focused specifically on our languages, because for us as Pacific peoples, language is an important bridge between our place in modern New Zealand and our heritage as peoples of the Pacific. Our languages and cultures must be valued and treasured, not only ensuring the preservation of our unique heritage for future generations, but also to empower our Pacific communities as fellow leaders in the future of Aotearoa New Zealand. For when we own our languages and cultures, we have the confidence we need to lead. Can I say how wonderful it was to see the presentation from the young people, the digitisation in terms of the language learning resource, and I'm very proud of the fact that the Ministry of Pacific Peoples in recent months were able to invest in such a wonderful and valuable resource such as we've seen. But the investment, of course, should come from the government, but it's only the Kiribati community that would be able to create something like that is specific to your community. Reflecting on all the work and coordination involved in delivering a Language Week event, I am reminded of the power of community and what we can achieve when we work together. Communities thrive when there is space for people to explore their Pacific identity in a way which is meaningful to them, unconstrained by the expectations or definitions of others. And as we see with our young people, the digitisation of our languages, bringing it into the modern day, and in a way that the next generation of learners will more easily be able to access their language as well. And can I just say that it's not just Pacific communities that benefit. Our whole nation is enriched when the languages and cultures of all its peoples are celebrated and valued. I find it really interesting that this is the inaugural Kiribati Language Week, but at least we are finally here. And can I just share with you from my own experience that actually retaining a language is much easier than trying to revitalise a language once it is lost. And in my own personal experience as a Tongan Samoan Palangi, with a Tongan grandfather who moved from Tonga to Samoa, built a family with a Samoan woman, didn't teach his kids Tongan. They grew up speaking Samoan, and so the language for them was lost there. And then my father moved to New Zealand, who a fluent speaker of Samoan, but didn't teach his children Samoan language, and so again the language was lost. So much easier to retain it, and that is why the efforts that we put in now are so important, so that the next generation are not in a similar position to what many of us here in New Zealand are currently in. Supporting more people to learn their Pacific language is one of the ways we support the health and well-being of the community, because the languages we use say something not just about where we come from, but who we are today. They speak to our sense of belonging, our identity, and our understanding of how we came to be here. This is kind of awkward having to do this, sorry. And our languages teach and guide us as we explore and share who we are, where we come from, and the values we hold dear. That's why it's so important to not only preserve our Pacific languages for ourselves, but to pass on this invaluable treasure to our children. So it's so wonderful to see that young woman, that girl up here earlier, having done the voiceover for the digitisation. Don't worry, don't need that one. The Pacific language and culture of Kiribati we celebrate tonight and the coming week and throughout the year will not only give confidence and strength to the Kiribati community here in Aotearoa and beyond, but will enhance the cultural diversity of Aotearoa, New Zealand. So tonight, I guess amongst us, we challenge each other to this week use the beautiful Kiribati language every chance we get, and I will do that as Associate Minister of Pacific Peoples as well. Saying Maori as you greet family, friends and colleagues, and siabo to say goodbye. Ko rabwa, thank you, is always a great way to sign off on emails, I've been told. Te Maori, te raoi au te tabumoa iriara. Come. This is why the Ministry of Pacific Peoples should write how you say it. Kam rabwa ngā mihi nui whawhai lava maloa pito.
I will just give you a gift.
Thank you.
Aya, wai rapa, skai taua, ara minita yo tana tete, o te tai yu o sa musi ang kase tu wewe, pai nana. Ana pai tanira, mungkin kai taua tana minita ipit na tete. O poya.
Sorry, he's just handing over his a gift for the Honourable Carmel Sepuloni. Thank you.